cryptocurrency has well and truly passed the point of no return. What we've seen over recent months, really over the last year and a half, makes it just so incredibly obvious. Pandora's box has been opened. There's no putting chaos back in the box. Crypto is here to stay. And in today's video, I just want to share some recent news stories with you that underline just how serious this is and that crypto is not going anywhere. Quite the opposite. We are on the verge of mind-boggling wealth creation. And while that's not going to happen overnight, over the next decade, the opportunity as an investor in the cryptocurrency space is going to be unparalleled with any other asset class. My name's Lark. In case you're new around here, I make videos talking about cryptocurrency. So if you like that topic, you like to stay up to date with what is happening in crypto, then a little tap on the thumbs up button to let me and YouTube know that you do appreciate this kind of content would obviously be super freaking awesome. By the way, every single week my team and I produce Wealth Mastery. It's a cryptocurrency investor report. We do DeFi tutorials, token sales, airdrops, NFT updates, as well as NFT mint opportunities, DeFi tutorials, and much, much more. You can sign up for free using the link down below in the description or go premium for less than $10 a week. So let's get into this topic. We've passed the point of no return with crypto, and here are some of the reasons why I believe that is the case. One, of course, is nation states using crypto. Now, obviously, El Salvador really rocked the boat last year when it said, hey, we're going to make Bitcoin legal tender and airdrop $30 for the Bitcoin to every single person in the country. That was a big, bold move by El Salvador, but we are seeing nation states increasingly adopting cryptocurrencies. In fact, Ukraine has basically crowdfunded their war to some extent anyway. I think they've raised over $75 million now. I haven't kept track of the most recent numbers, probably more than that by now, but it's an incredible amount of money that has flooded in from all over the world to basically give money to the Ukrainian government. The Ukrainian government put out a Bitcoin address and an Ethereum address, I guess a Polkadot address at some point later on, but basically saying, send us money, we'll use it in the efforts to defend our country against the invasion. So pretty crazy stuff. I mean, literally it's 2022 and here we are witnessing a freaking nation state crowdfunding the defense of their country using cryptocurrencies. Man, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Like, come on. That's craziness, man. Also, over in Switzerland, the Swiss city of Lugano has made Bitcoin and Tether de facto legal tender. So basically, this is bringing cryptocurrencies into everyday use in everyday transactions in the city of Lugano. Now, look, Switzerland's been pretty crypto-friendly for quite a long time, and we have had some smaller towns in Switzerland that have also, said, hey, you can use Bitcoin to pay for taxes and stuff like this. So this is not a new thing for Switzerland necessarily to be making this kind of announcement, but it's definitely, I think, a big deal to really see the city of Lugano going this far. So that's very exciting. And it's just another city, another location that is accepting and adopting cryptocurrencies. While this Swiss city may be the most recent one, it is just the latest in a long line. And while El Salvador got a lot of attention for their Bitcoin legal tender thing, we have states and cities in America where you can pay taxes using Bitcoin as an example. We have an increasing amount of cities around the world that are trying to adopt cryptocurrency technology on a broader basis and making it legalized for payments, for example. Not everybody's going the full legal tender route, but we do see a lot of ability to accept it, giving it a legal status, giving it a legal framework. Ukraine, for example, just passed very comprehensive legislation around cryptocurrencies for their country. So we see all of this stuff happening. This stuff is not going to be easy to just reverse. It's going forward, not backwards, when it comes to actual adoption, again, at city and nation state levels. Institutional adoption has not stopped. We see institutions increasing exposure to Grayscale Bitcoin Trust as the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust discount continues to experience a heavy discount. Obviously, as attractive for these institutional players to pick up Bitcoin at a significant discount to the spot price of Bitcoin. But nevertheless, the institutional involvement in the space has not disappeared. Has it slowed down with this big market correction? Of course it has. But the institutions have not disappeared. We still see institutions taking interest in the space, investing in the space. 2021 was a record year for funds raising money for crypto. Billions upon billions of dollars were raised to invest into crypto startups, to invest into more established cryptocurrencies. We saw Immutable X, for example, just the other day, raising, I think, $200 million at a $2.5 billion valuation. So the money is flowing in. People are seeing what is being built with crypto. All the venture capital, they want a piece. We see traditional, beyond venture capital, right? We see a lot of traditional capital, family offices, all these guys. They want a piece of the action. They understand what crypto is, and they want in. The money keeps flowing in spite of the bad market conditions that we're seeing right now. In terms of on-ramps and the ability to buy Bitcoin, it's literally never been easier to buy Bitcoin, and we are continuing to see an expansion of options for people. This news story just hit a couple days ago that Virginia banks will soon offer cryptocurrency custody services for their customers. It's big news. It's big news. That means all the banks in the state of Virginia can now start offering custody services, which essentially mean that they're going to be letting customers buy and sell, and then of course store the Bitcoin in your bank account. Imagine how crazy that would be. You go and log into your bank account and you've got, your dollars and you've got your Bitcoin, both in your bank account. And of course, once these banks start to go down the road a little bit more and link into, either centralized lending services or DeFi services, then you'll start earning yield on that Bitcoin too. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. And look, this Virginia bank story is just one of many. We've covered dozens of stories on this channel about banks getting into crypto, offering crypto services, post offices in some countries selling Bitcoin, credit unions selling Bitcoin, and on and on and on. It's going to be everywhere. We also see crypto reaching a mass audience of people. More people now know about crypto than ever before. We saw, for example, this Super Bowl a few weeks ago having a huge amount of cryptocurrency-focused ads. Crypto apps spiked in downloads by 279%, but most importantly, it got a lot of eyes on crypto. Crypto's become mega mainstream now, but it's still early. It's still early, right? So even though we're getting a lot more people involved, we're still relatively early in the entire process, but we are getting the eyes on it. It's becoming more mainstream with things like Super Bowl ads. And of course, Crypto.com throwing around huge sums of money. In fact, they've bought a sports arena. FTX also bought a sports arena, renamed it. So it's now the Crypto.com arena and the FTX arena. It's crazy stuff, man. That's crazy stuff. We see these crypto companies doing some major sports branding stuff, and that's just arenas. We have teams that are being sponsored by cryptocurrency companies and individual athletes and all kinds of stuff. It's absolutely freaking crazy, man. It is happening in a very, very big way. People are starting to learn about crypto. And then on the regulatory front, obviously this week we had the executive order come out from Biden. I just did a video breaking down what is actually in that executive order and why it matters and all this stuff. But this is regulatory clarity, or at least a step towards regulatory clarity. We don't have definitive things out of this executive order yet, but it is a step towards regulatory clarity. We see Dubai passing legislation. A lot of countries in the last year have announced legislations, like Ukraine. Once again, they just did that a couple weeks ago. We see a lot of exciting things happening for cryptocurrency legislation. And the most important thing about Biden's executive order, that the one thing you need to just take away from it, They're not banning crypto. Very much the opposite. They're looking for how can we, make it safe for consumers? How can we take advantage of this? How can we benefit financially from this opportunity, from this new industry? They want a piece of the pie. They don't want to throw the pie out the window. And that is a very important thing. And the final point I want to make before we end this video, simple adoption. And I just keep saying it, but there's honestly, if you just understand this one simple freaking thing about crypto, you're going to be fine as a long-term investor, right? Day-to-day noise, short-term, bear cycles, all this stuff happens. Long-term, understand the big picture. This recent chart here shows us that we will have 1 billion cryptocurrency users within 5 years. So this came out on the end of December. So by 2026, we're going to be up to 1 billion users, maybe around 2025. This is kind of giving us the end of 2024, 2025, something like that. But we're going to go from our current, what they estimated at was 200 million. We've seen different numbers, 200 million now or 300 million now. But we're going to go from this up to this. And when we see us going up to 1 billion users, which is 3 to 5x what we have right now, well, where does the price go with that? When we have 1 billion people trying to get their hands on Bitcoin, trying to get their hands on the hot altcoins, the number is going to go up significantly. And of course, that's just one way to look at it. We have some other charts too that show that we're going to be at 3 billion or more people by 2030. So right now, around 3.9% of the world owns crypto. That would assume the 300 million people number, which is a number we've seen thrown around quite a bit. So basically, we are just right now entering the early adopter phase. We're here. We're right there. You see that? That's where we are, right down there. By 2030, we're going to be somewhere in here. Think about that. Think about that and the financial opportunity that goes along with it. We are past the point of no return with crypto. And while there is going to be midterm volatility, short-term volatility, massive corrections, all that stuff, if you can see the big picture, if you can understand what's going on, it's the biggest financial opportunity of your lifetime. Anyway, just my 2 Satoshis for the day. You'll let me know what you think about this down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.